Tariffs against China could cause a spike in prices for beauty products. China is one of the largest exporters of cosmetic goods in the world. And as our Philip Katafamo shares, some local businesses are working to keep the cost down for you.
Rose Snyder has owned Adagio soap products for 18 years.
We do handmade skincare, handmade soaps, lotions, scrubs, liquid soap, candles, essential oils, things like that.
She tells First Alert 6 supply chain issues on olive and avocado oil have already been a challenge. Now a new 20% tariff on top of an existing 10% tariff is impacting prices on packaging items.
The containers that we buy are made in the United States, but the closures, that includes the caps and the lids, the pumps, they all come from China.
Snyder is concerned if she has to pay more, her customers will too, but she says she's working on ways to keep costs down.
Buying in bulk, we might reduce the number of scents that we carry just to consolidate our resources to our more popular products.
Adagio isn't the only beauty business impacted by these tariffs. In the Blackstone district, Antidote Salon is navigating them as well.
We may not directly order our color from China. A lot of our products do, in some capacity, come from China, whether it's an ingredient in the color or if it's an ingredient in the shampoo. And unfortunately, those will sort of trickle down into services.
Hillary tells First Alert 6 not all services will be impacted, but color treatment could be. Despite that, Antidote has a plan to help lessen the blow to their clients' wallets.
There's continuing education where we can learn how to sort of extend those services so you may not need to come in as often. So we've always got some tricks in our back pocket. So if people are really feeling the hurt from the tariff increase, there are ways around it. We've got your back.
For now, Antidote and Adagio are monitoring how much tariffs could impact business. Both businesses are thankful for the continued support they receive from their customers. In Omaha, I'm Philip Katafamo, First Alert.